Hello everybody. So today I'm doing a Q&A. I went on Instagram and I asked everybody to send me some questions just because I was bored, and I have some right here and I'm just gonna answer them. If I say anybody's name incorrectly, I'm really sorry. Yeah. Yes, the first question is from Big Lou Wop. He said, favorite place you traveled to and where do you want to go to next? I would say the two best places that I've been so far are Tokyo, Japan, and when I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So I want to say Japan because I feel like it was way more interesting than any other place I've ever been. There was so much to do. I was there for 10 days and every single day there was so much to do. Every day I was in a different city doing something else. It's so much more different from America than any of the other destinations so far that I've been. I know I still have a lot of places that I need to go and explore. As of right now, Japan has been the most interesting, the most animated, the most fun, the most exciting, the most amazing, like bright lights, colors, everything. And like I said, the other one is Mexico, just because I've never felt a hospitality like I did when I was there taking my TEFL class. Besides, you know, the people itself in Mexico, the food, I love Mexican food. Like, I really love Mexican food. Oh, and it's just beautiful. There are so many places in Mexico that I have on my list. I haven't decided exactly where to go next, but it could be Osaka. It could be somewhere else in Central America. So, yes. Next is a question from J.O. Dunbar. She said, what are the biggest lessons you've learned since traveling? It's just to stop being so naive and to stop taking things lightly. I think I grew up, I've always kind of been this like somewhat innocent, kind of seeing the good in people, even the good that may not be there type person. So I feel like I have a bad habit of thinking that people don't really mean harm, even if they might be. So I've learned to stop taking things so lightly, and to definitely, when I see red flags in the beginning, to take them seriously and not to like brush it off. You shouldn't put it past anybody, especially when traveling alone by yourself as a female. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned. Maddie974 asked, do you work while traveling? No, I do not work while traveling. I've never worked while traveling. I wish I could work while traveling. Not that there aren't ways to work while traveling, but I haven't delved into any of those options yet. Usually when I go on my trips, I only go for like a week or two. That seems to be like the average. I try not to go to anywhere less than 10 days because I feel like you can't really do enough in less than 10 days. But yeah, there would really be no reason or like for me to try to get a job if I was going just for 2 weeks. But when I went to Korea and Mexico, I actually went for 5 and 6 weeks. Usually I just save up before I go on a trip, but when I was in those two countries, I was wishing I had a job or some kind of income source. But of course, that's the goal, you know. I would love to have a, what's the word? Residual income. I would love to have some kind of residual income so that I can go where I want, be where I want, do what I want, and still have money coming in, you know what I'm saying? Another question from Maddie974. What's your best tip for solo woman travel? I want to say, women, ladies, be very, very, very aware of everything going on around you. Just be very conscious, be cautious, and like I said, yes, know your surroundings. Pay attention to the people on the streets. Pay attention to where you're going. Do your research before you go to a country. I feel like you should know a little bit about the culture. You should know at least somewhat how they treat the women in the place that you're going. Like, do they have a lot of rights? Are there a lot of crimes against women there? Are they chauvinistic, misogynist? Things like that. Just know what you're getting yourself into before you go, especially if you don't know the language. I personally have never been to a country by myself or somewhat by myself where I didn't know the language. Actually, I don't think I've been to a country in general where I didn't know the language. Yeah, I haven't yet. I will one day, but not yet. As of right now, I don't have any plans to go anywhere by myself where I don't already speak the language, at least a little bit. That makes me like anxious just thinking about it. Not by myself, maybe. Maybe. All day it said, who is your sister? She is so cute, beautiful, talented, etc. Moving on. I'm just kidding. That is my sister, so if you ever see her trolling in the comments, go ahead and give her a thumbs down, and that's it. So Sugar Shay asked, when is Triple P gonna hang again? I miss y'all. First of all, I miss you too, Shay. I miss you too, Bray. I miss my college friends so much. But yes, we can get together again this fall, Shay. We can make Triple P happen. We could do that thing. Where do y'all want to go? Y'all want to go out of the country this time? Whatever y'all want to do. So y'all let me know. I'll hit up the group chat. Lick the Champagne said, I'm your favorite cousin. I'm your favorite. Lick the Champagne said, I'm your favorite cousin, was never questioned. Period. Period. There's nothing to talk about. Like that's on period. I'm about to get in trouble. I love all my cousins. Well, shout out to Crystal. She's definitely one of the more supportive cousins I have. Not that my other cousins don't support me, but I'm about to get beat up. Sorry. Cow pain. I don't know if it's cow or call. Cow pain. Okay, we're gonna go with cow. Cow pain. Cow pain said, any dream destinations that you haven't been to yet? If so, where? And if not, where to next? Then you know I got some dream destinations. So my number one dream destination has been for like a year and a half and like 2 years. Bali. I think Bali is so amazingly beautiful. I first saw pictures on Tumblr, and ever since then I always see pictures on my explore page on Instagram, and it is just so amazingly beautiful. Bali is like incredible. If you haven't seen pictures of Bali, you need to at least look at them if you're not planning on ever going. Next is Fallen. Best travel experience? ? I've had some really good travel experiences. Here's a fun fact that I probably I actually had my first kiss when I was abroad. Best travel experience? I'm gonna say the day I went to Shinjuku when I was in Tokyo. First of all, that was a long day, but it was an amazing day. I woke up early. I went to like a whole bunch of places all around Shinjuku by foot. I had a whole list of things I wanted to do all around Shinjuku, and I just went for it. It was so much work walking around everywhere, but I got it done. I didn't think I was going to get it done. My feet were hurting, but I was also so excited by everything I was doing. Like, I got to go to a Japanese garden, and I don't know if I still do now, but I had always dreamed that when I grew up I wanted to own a house and have a Japanese garden, and so I got to go to one when I was in Japan. I went to some arcades. I got to see the Godzilla on top of the movie theater. I went to a robot restaurant that day. I had some food that day. Well, obviously I had some food, but like I've never done so much on any trip ever in one day like I did that day. It was just one of the most memorable travel related days of my life. So if you go to Tokyo and you don't go to Shinjuku, I don't know what you're doing. You're not Tokyoing correctly. Yark Casanova said, how do you stay focused on your goals and travel so much? I feel like at this point it's kind of like a necessity for me. It's like soul food for me. Like if I don't have it, I don't feel right. It's kind of like opening a door, and now that you've opened the door and you've seen inside, you've actually stepped inside, like there's no turning back. You can never unsee what you've already seen. The older I got, the more and more I just wanted to break out and to go. And so I was frustrated in college because I couldn't go anywhere. I felt like I was wasting my time in college. I didn't want to be there. I would rather be traveling the world, but I knew I had to finish college, get my degree, blah blah blah. And I just feel like everybody had these expectations, putting their expectations on me for what degree to get, what job I was going to get coming out of college, and I knew I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to travel. So once I finally got to start doing it, it just felt so good. And at that point, like when I was going to Mexico and Japan, like I had never experienced feelings like that because there was so much buildup of like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be doing this, and then finally I got to do what I want. It felt so good, so incredibly amazing, that there's no way I could not do it at this point. Like I have to do it. To find the thing that makes you happiest in life and then not pursue it, that's like psychotic in my opinion. Like why would you not do it? If you have the chance to. Like, I'm never not focused. I may not be motivated to necessarily go to work and stuff like that here while I'm home, because this is not where I want to be majority of the time, but you know, that's every human being. You know, we don't want to get up and go to work, but things that I really have to sit down and be disciplined about are sitting down and doing the things that are going to get me to the point where I can travel, if you know what I mean. I don't even know if that answered the question. Like, how do I stay focused? So, like I said, it's kind of just like a thing you do. Like, how do you stay focused to eat? Like, you're hungry. You feel your stomach growling. Like, you got to get up and walk to the fridge and cook the food and eat. Because you just feel hungry. If you don't eat, something bad's going to happen. You're not going to feel too good. That's how I feel about travel. So, I guess that is the motivation. Like, I just got to do it. Maddie asked me, my cousin Maddie, would you ever go to Korea again? I would absolutely go to Korea again. First of all, I do not blame Korea for my experiences in Korea at all. Like I said in my other video, a lot of the things that happened were because of my ignorance. I didn't really do a lot of the things that I maybe should have done, or I've done some things, or I did do some things I shouldn't have done. But that's all part of the learning experience, baby. I'm not mad at anybody about it except that man. But I mean, that's a whole like separate part. Even if the thing with the man didn't happen, there were other things that happened on that trip that like I learned from, and he had nothing to do with. So yeah, I don't blame the entire country of Korea for the fact that I had a bad trip. So yes, I would go again. Will I go again by myself? No. Not because I'm afraid that I'll be harmed or anything, but because, like I said, when I was over there, I realized it was a lot more like group oriented than I expected. I'll take a group of people or something. I've also been studying my Korean again as of lately. My motivation always just comes in bursts, and like recently I was just motivated to start studying Korean again. So I had been, and I was going like really hard the past 2-3 weeks. So I've actually been learning a lot, and so I was telling myself it doesn't make any sense for me to like not go back to Korea again, and for my Korean to be getting as good as it's getting. I think that's all the questions. So yeah. Thank you to everybody who sent me some questions. Next time I do a Q&A, I won't just post it in my story for 24 hours. Like, I'll give more of like I'm losing my train of thought. I'll give more notice next time I do a Q&A. It was just, you know, something fun to do. And for y'all to feel like, you know, we talking, we're communicating, we got a thing going. We got a good thing too, y'all. Let's keep this thing going. One more thing that I want to say before I go. I need a music break. I'm tired. Okay. So I just want you all to know that I'm very grateful for you. I'm very grateful for all of you who have subscribed to my channel, who follow me on Instagram, who interact with me, you comment on my posts, you message me. And I feel like I'm getting to know you all. Like, I know some of you by name at this point. Like, I see you on every YouTube video. I see you on my posts. Like, I see you, Sheree, my girl Sheree. There's the Bermuda guy. There's it's like the man with a plan or something like that. There's like a Fernando guy. There's like a Serve J-O-O. I also don't know if I should say people's names because like y'all didn't say I could. But like, shout out to y'all, you know, you know who you are. I know who you are. I appreciate you. And that's all I want to say. That's it. I'm hungry and I gotta go to the gym. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. Feel free to comment down below. Alright, that's it.